Welcome to the Creator Show. Now let's get into it. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Creator Show. Today is a special episode because not only it's a few things going on this weekend. You see, I have a guest. We'll get to that in a minute. So, not only is it this is the 1 year anniversary of the Creator Show, of me being consistent and putting in that work. I am so proud of myself. I made it a year. And the crazy thing about it is I was watching an interview with Charlemagne. He said no podcast gets past 2 episodes. And I am this would be episode 17. I think episodes 17 or 18. I can't remember because I don't have my notebook in front of my face. So I'm very proud of myself. Not only that, as you can see behind me, it is my birthday. I'm excited. This birthday hits very, very different for me. But before we get into the show, welcome to the Creator Show, giving you honest conversation served with humor and energy. I got it right because I've been practicing. Finally got it right. This birthday definitely has hit different because not only that, I launched my company curated by the creator. And as you see, we have a guest. So who is not a stranger to the show. We have J. Kelly. She is the founder of Jordan's Hearts. Jordan, I don't know why I keep adding the S. That is just my country vernacular.
No, it's Jordan's Heart. You're right.
Heart. Okay.
Jordan's Heart. You're right.
Okay. It's just the countryness in me. Jordan, she is the founder of Jordan Heart. So just to get started, when we did the last episode, when she first came on, I had the idea and I was like, I want to do a nonprofit. And I don't really know any nonprofits. And I was like I say, I pray on it. And I was like, and you popped in my head. And I've always wanted, every year on my birthday, I've always wanted to give back on my birthday. And I guess it wasn't the correct moment. Let's just say that. And I was just like, how could I do it? So then I was like, why not, do my show merch and, whatever, I do off, make off that, give it. Cause like I said, I love the community. I always like investing in the community. And it started because I was watching a video and the lady was like, you don't always have to own a nonprofit. And I was like, that makes sense. Cause I wanted a nonprofit, but I was like, I'm running a business and a nonprofit. So I was like, why not I just do something and make, take profit that I make and just donate it. So that's how this idea, came about. And I'm excited that I was able, and just to let people know, I came up with this idea today. So whatever anybody purchase off the website, it would be going, a portion of the profits will be going to Jordan's Heart. So whatever I post on my website, it'll be going towards Jordan Heart. So it's not a one hit wonder type of thing, and I guess I should explain it a little better, but this is my first time, doing it or whatever. But so whatever you see on the website, like I said, a portion will be going, anything that from this day forward on, whenever it decides to cease, which I don't think that'll be no time soon, it'll be going directly towards Jordan Hart. But anyway, cause y'all know I like to talk too much. So Jordan, I done called you your baby name. Jay. So for those who did not catch the last episode, cause we didn't get too deep into Jordan Hart, but this episode I wanted to focus on, giving people who have not, who didn't see the last episode, who didn't catch the last episode, and how did Jordan's heart come about?
Okay, before we do that, stop. We ain't gonna pass by this celebration of you like that. Y'all, blow up my girl's comments, y'all. Blow up my girl. Happy anniversary. Happy birthday. Listen, we are so proud of you. I know the best, if ain't nobody else proud of you, the Bestie Collective is
Yeah,
celebrating
I've
with you.
been
We don't
blown.
miss a
I've been.
celebration. Happy birthday and happy 1 year anniversary. Let's go. And guess what? We're gonna make it to 2 years. We're gonna make it to whatever
Yes.
Charlamagne said is canceled. Let's start there.
Yes.
And understand, I'm gonna speak life right back into you. This year is just the foundation of what God has for you. Be prepared to go up another level. Be prepared to see what God has for you on the next level. But also understand that with this foundation laid, there is work to be done. People need to know
Yes.
what the Creator is all about. Listen, I want to personally say I'm proud of you. I want to personally say happy birthday, happy 36th birthday. Listen, we don't miss a celebration. Woo, woo,
I
woo,
can
woo.
tell you.
Y'all,
I
please
can.
blow up my girl's comments with balloons, with the cakes. Do all the things. Let her know that we celebrating her on today. Throw the little champagne thing. We ain't gonna drink it, but we gonna throw it. Throw the little champagne thing for my girl. Listen, we celebrating you today. Before we even go to the first, then I want to say thank you because listen, to have that type of heart only speaks to Jordan's heart because that's the type of heart that Jordan have. Jordan was first and foremost, like I said, to explain my child to the most part, she was 7, but she did in 7 years what I couldn't even complete in the 29 years she was alive. How about that? In 29 years I was alive with her. So you definitely, when you say God put it in your heart, He gave you the heart that Jordan's had. He kind of put that in your face because that's the heart that Jordan's had. That's the heart that Jordan had. However, let me tell y'all, Joint's Heart is a nonprofit, and we are dedicated to getting services for families and youth, like which is mental health services, whatever resources that they need for counseling, resources they need for legal, resources they need for parenting classes, all the things, all the resources that's needed. But we mainly focus right now. We're focusing on mental health. All funds for Joint's Heart right now is going towards mental health. So what we do is take the money and we pay for counseling services and therapy services for people who are not able to afford them. So you want to know where your money going is going to the people who need counseling service, who need it and can't afford it. And we all know how that goes. Some people don't have insurance. Some people don't know how, can't afford to go see a counselor. Some people can't even go to therapy. But we focus on families who experience traumatic situations, and trauma is not limited to car accidents or death. Trauma is trauma. Everybody has some type of trauma. So if you've experienced any type of trauma, listen, this is where the funds go to. We make sure that these families get the counseling that they need to start their life and grow in life the right way after experiencing any type of trauma, whatever it is. So again, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart because you could have chose anybody, but you chose Jordan's heart. And the fact that your heart was placed on Jordan's heart speaks volumes to her, speaks volumes to the movement that we have going on. Because like I tell people, it's not a movement. It's not a nonprofit. It's a movement. We're trying to save the people. We're trying to get them to the things that they need. We want to, like I said, eventually we want to do legal services. Eventually we want to offer parenting classes. Eventually we do offer CPR classes. Holla at your girl. We do offer CPR classes right now. So, like I said, anything that you need to make sure that your family stay intact, that's what Jordan's Heart is. We are a resource-driven foundation, making sure that you have all the resources that you need to make sure that you and your family and your children are successful on this side of heaven. So, yes, I thank you. We thank you, Jordan's Heart. Thank you for your donations, all the donated. Thank you, CRE8HER for Just the heart to give back, because that speaks volumes to who you are. Even
Mhm.
with your on your birthday, you giving back to the people on your birthday. You giving back to people like that was my baby. Like that was my baby. This
Mhm.
girl, she will give some. She wanted to make sure all of her friends had birthday gifts on her birthday. Let them know. Hold on, it's your birthday. I gotta
Mhm.
buy you something. And so,
Mhm.
and that was like that speaks volume to who my girl was. Like, so that is big for me, because I just know that my baby was definitely on the forefront of your mind when you decided to use your birthday
Mhm.
to pour back into what the movement we're trying to do.
Mhm. Like I said, I've always wanted to do it. I'm not gonna say I've never been a person. I try not to do things like off of from an impulse. Cause as humans, we tend to do stuff off of impulse. So this idea, like I said, we talked about it previously, and I was just like, I was like, how am I gonna pull this off? And 2 weeks prior to now, I was like, why not do it on my birthday? And like I said, I know it's going to do wonders, but like I said, I don't want this to be, like I said, I came up with it today. I don't want this to be a one hit wonder.
Right.
So whatever, until I leave this earth, until it shuts down, whatever happens, this not gonna stop. No, it's not gonna stop because I've always been a communal person, and I've always been in the community because that's how we survive. Because with everything that's going on in the world, I'm at that point where I'm not. It's enough what I at the end what I always say, it's enough negativity in the world. Spread
Right.
love, spread love and peace and joy.
Somebody got to be the foundation. Somebody got to push the movement. Somebody got to bridge the gap. And so, like I said, all your tenacity, your heart to want to give back to the people, to want to be a community advocate. Listen, that goes a long way to your personality. Like I said, even to explain, I don't know if people know my backstory or even how I came up with Jordan Toy. Let me go into that. In 2018, me and my three daughters, at the time I had a 2-year-old, 5-year, and a 7-year-old. We were driving on the freeway. My truck malfunctioned as I was trying to get off the freeway. We were then hit by a box truck from behind.
Mhm.
I had my hazard lights on, all of the things. I did everything that I was supposed to do. Um, However, in that I lost my oldest daughter at the time. She was 7. And then my middle girl suffered from a TBI, and she was in a coma, and she had a broken femur. My thank to God be the glory, because I thank God for everything in my life, even the bad stuff. To God be the glory that my 2-year-old at the time came out with not a scratch.
Mm.
Being hit by a box truck, she should have had a scratch or something. She came out without a scratch. But however, she did have trauma that she faced from this accident, because at the time she was 2. They told her she wasn't gonna remember nothing. However, she was the only person that could describe the accident from the beginning to the end. I did not know what happened, and that trauma carried her. They told her she wasn't gonna remember nothing. That trauma carried her until she got to school. When I say the girl was cutting up, we didn't know her. She was having behavior issues. She started regressing as far as think normal things that she like potty training. We had to do that all the way over. But what happened was we had to find resources to put her into counseling.
Mhm.
When we put her into counseling, we found out that hey, she was suffering from PTSD, and it would be so bad that when she was in the car, that if she even heard a police officer or ambulance, it's
Mhm.
like she would go into full anxiety attacks. On top of that, I had my middle girl who, like I said, she was in a coma.
Mm.
She suffered from TBI. They told me my baby wouldn't be able to walk again. Had we not had the connection, we not found the resources we found, and had the family support to help us financially in that time, we wouldn't have been able to get her all the services she needed. Now today she's a 13-year-old, fully walking, no wheelchair, no assist,
Mhm.
and fully functioning, all A and B student.
That's
All these
good.
things we couldn't have done without support. And so, to talk my part of the story, that's them. So my part of the story, well, initially they tried to say that I was drinking and driving. They tried, but I don't drink, so that's a whole nother thing. I don't drink, and it was 10 o'clock in the morning. And however, luckily that I had just came from the doctor getting my own blood test, so I had the blood test prior to the accident. 5 minutes prior to the accident, I had the blood test when they got to the hospital. But however, that did not defeat me, stop me from having to go through my own legal battles. And we know lawyers ain't cheap. Had I not been able to have the village that I had to help me pay for the lawyer that I had, I probably would have still been sitting in jail today.
Mm.
So what I decided to do was, man, if I was blessed, why not make
Yes.
create a system that I can bless other people out of my situation? I do not believe I lost my baby for nothing. I
Mhm.
feel like there was something had to come back out of like, well, why not give back as she would want me to give back? My 7-year-old was a person, if anybody who came in contact, I tell no lies. You can ask anybody who came in contact with her. She gave from her heart. She loved the people. When I say she loved the people, she loved the people. She was having conversations that I didn't even know. I wasn't even aware that she was having until till she passed away. I'm like, you talking about my 7-year-old. They was like, yeah, she came and did this for me, and she came and did that, and she took care of all the kids in the classroom, and she gave this one a snack, and she stayed back from recess and was praying and crying with the teacher and worshiping with the teacher. This is what my 7-year-old was, and I tell these stories because people like, yeah, that sound good. No, no, no. These are the stories that people came and told me. I didn't make this up, and I was shocked. I was shocked. So originally we started as Jordan Smile, but then as the testimony is that her physical heart was given to a young lady named Reagan, and we got to meet her. And when I
Oh.
tell you that baby has my baby's spirit, so it was like, okay, her heart is still physically here, and her work and the impact that she have on people is still physically here. So the heart, she served with her heart. She didn't serve with just because she seen us do it. And granted, she did see us do a lot of stuff. However, she had the heart to do it. Like she led with her heart. Like if she had friends because of her. She was top in her class, but like she made our exhibitions. The baby was reading at 4 because like 3, 4 years old because of her heart. So she would go. I worked at a senior citizen home, 62 and older. She would take the seniors meal that they couldn't see if they had their glasses on. She was reading them their meal. I did not know these things. So imagine as a mother, you sitting there telling, you think like the people lying, and then when people consecutively tell the same story, it can't be a lie. And without like with the same way from different people, the same like, oh, okay, so this girl was really out here an angel. So
That
that's how we
whole
came
earth
up with
angel
Joy. So
walk, whole
so
earth angel walking.
That's how we came up with Jordan. So I wanted to make sure the resources that we needed, that we could provide for other families. Like I can make sure that I can help other families get the resources. And we didn't have to go through parenting classes. We had to go through counseling. My then husband at the time, which is my girl's dad, we have to go to counseling ourselves. Like that, there was things that we had to do. And like I said, without resources, without the support of our family that we had, like my family was banded together, $20 here, and we had to eat every day. We had just got a new house, so just imagine that financial strain. We had went from 2 incomes to one because I had to go back and forth to the hospital. I was staying at the hospital with my baby, so that income was shortened. So imagine the stress and the things that we had to go through and financially that we couldn't do because on top of we needed counseling. But we had a village. And like I said, I would love to be that village for families, make sure they have the resources they need. Like I said, eventually I want to offer legal services. Eventually, I want to do all the things I want to do for Jordan's Heart. Jordan's Heart is a movement, and it will make great impact in the world. So whatever you donate, even if whatever you donate, whatever you purchase today, and from here going forward, listen, your funds, you will see your funds. Last year we did a toy drive. We were able to help one. We couldn't get we couldn't because of the donations, the funds we had. We wasn't able to help the many families that I would love to help. However, one family count. We were able to help a young lady to go through counseling for 6 months, fully paid for a voucher of counseling of 6 months. Do you know that lady was able to move forward after losing a child with her life, like go to the next level in her life? She's doing well today. That's what Georgia Tart offered her. We ran to some misfortunate families last this Christmas who, the economy shut down. They didn't know how it was gonna make Christmas meet. Toy drive, boom. Georgia Tart was right there with. So let me tell you, I do not play with money. I don't touch the money. I don't I don't mingle the money. I will
Mhm.
go broke and eat a sandwich at my house before I touch Jordan Tart money because I know that people need this, especially
Mhm.
in our communities, Black and Brown communities, because we are targeted communities. So
Say
yeah,
that again. Let me ask
we
you this. So, is it just based in Houston? If somebody needed your services, is it just based in Houston?
so right. I'm willing to for like my counselors or the counselors that I have are not just do virtual in Zoom.
Okay, so that's good. That's
So if
good
you
to know.
need counseling services and you want to voucher through Joint Soil, my counselors will be willing, more than willing to do Zoom. And let me say this. They will meet you where you are. Now, I will more than willing be part of. I want to go global. Like I got
Mhm.
counsel. I do have a counselor in New Jersey who I've partnered with. A family member in Jersey who I've partnered with. She willing to take on clients up there. So like I said, but my counselors they will do virtual if you need the services.
Okay, that's good to know. That's very good to know because, like you said, our community, Black and Brown communities, are definitely targeted, and as a person who has been in counseling, who was very fortunate to be able to have insurance, but I still had to pay. You
All
know,
right.
I still had to pay. It was enough. I could afford it though, and then like I said, it's not people out there who can't afford it because counseling,
Right.
getting a good. Let me say this through my journey, getting a culturally competent counselor, because even if they look like you,
For you,
they're
correct.
still not for you. So I'm thankful that I was able to have culturally competent counselors that helped me got through.
And so
And oh, go ahead.
with that, I do have a roster of counselors who I try to do my best. We do a full evaluation on what you're looking for,
Okay.
whether it's Christian, whatever your background is. We do a full evaluation. I try to match my counselors to the best counselor that I know can help them in their situation.
Okay. Okay. I've been meaning was that okay, that answers my question. Because I was like, you're based in Houston, but that's a good thing because most organizations only stick to like their
Mhm.
city.
The consular portion is not stuck just to Houston.
Okay.
However, like maybe some of the resources that for like the toy drive and things we are just in Houston right as of now.
Okay. So let's talk about March 28th.
Ooh, now
That's
it's
the
our
song.
s- it's our second annual family festival. Listen, if you're in H Town, meet me at Emancipation Park at 12 o'clock. We will be out there. There will be food trucks. There will be performances. There will be counselors live on site. If you want to go just chat and see if counseling is for you, because I know we have this stigma in our community,
Mhm.
counseling is not really for us. What to expect. So you'll be able to chat with a few of our counselors on site. They are ready to see you and talk to you. There will be resources out there. Like there will be food trucks. Listen, the food trucks be hitting for something. We got the turkey leg man, that food truck was everything last year. I think I ate for 2 days off the food truck. That that will also be Italian ice out there. There will
Okay.
be cotton candy. It's a playground for the kids to play.
Okay.
Listen, we working on live entertainment. We have a live DJ. We gonna line dance. We gonna have it's like a big family reunion, really. So y'all come out and have a family reunion with us because we dance. Anybody know? Like I love the line dance. And I chose March 28th primarily because Jordan's birthday is April 1st.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
so we decided to we always either do the weekend of her birthday or the weekend before her birthday. So March 28th is the weekend before her birthday, and so we celebrate her on her birthday. that weekend. So it's really her birthday party slash family reunion. Y'all come out slash family reunion. Come out and join us. See what join. So it'll be resources out there galore. We have Ramona Foundation, which is domestic violence foundation, who's partnering with us. Like I said, we have our counselors who will be on site, and we have private rooms for you to kind of go see if they work for you. Like that's one of the introductions to counseling that you'll see. We have information. We have Bliss counseling out there. Let's confirm them. I'm pretty sure. So I'm just we're still in the process of making some confirmations, but however, the people will be out there. We want to see y'all in the place. We want to see y'all come out and just and hang with us. Come out and hang with us. I
Hold
was
on,
thinking
the
that you
bestie just stepped the bestie done stepped in the room. Big sis done stepped in the room.
listen, it's
Shout
going
out
down
to
on
shout
128.
out to Mika Diamond.
Hey, sister.
The
Listen,
the
it's
con-
going
the
down on
connector.
128.
Look, the connector.
Yes, yes,
The
yes, yes,
connector.
yes.
I just had I
It's
not connected with her, I would not be connected with half the women that I have been taught that
facts,
I've been.
facts. Listen, that's the network queen right there. Get in the room. That's what she be saying. Get in the room. Nah, I'm just playing.
It's amazing just to touch on how we love you. We love you. We love you both.
We love
We
you.
lo-
Oh, that's my. I can't see the comments. That's my Kim.
Mika.
Okay, Mika.
You know, it's amazing how, because we always talk about it, how like Rebecca say, no mean girl energy.
Mm-hmm.
And it just amazes me in the time span of, it was just last year of when I did everything. And then to now, months and months later, I was like, that if it ain't divine connection, I don't know what it is. But
Mm-hmm.
I've learned, and me and Mika talked about self-sabotaging. And I told her last night, I said I was like straight sabotaging because I'm so used to being like, my nervous system is like so at peace with everything that has happened. And I've been like straight, so I can say that I've been like straight sabotaging because I'm like, is this real? Like, is this real? Then I had to look back and reflect and be like, this is what you prayed for. It's not exactly what you wanted, but it's how it was supposed to be. And then I was like, okay, just as it was given to me, it can be, taken away. So I was like, let me gather my sis. You got to get together, gather yourself, because you don't want to ruin, because your next opportunity may be what you need. And like you said, this is the foundation.
Mm-hmm. This is the foundation, and here's the thing. Let's talk. We're gonna talk joint talk, and we're gonna talk mental health. Let's talk how you was allowing your trauma to lead. You can't allow your trauma to lead.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Jordan Tort exists. We kill trauma in Jordan Tort. We knock down trauma walls in Jordan Tort. We kill all of that. All of those things. All of those things. We kill it in Jordan Tort. We put those things so you don't have to deal with that in trauma. So a traumatic situation. We kill
Mm-hmm.
trauma in Jordan Tort. We
And
kill it.
let me add to you. It's a nurse. I can't remember which nurse it was. We had one nurse that I was really close with. Her name was Nurse Tammy. And we talked about trauma. Trauma is just not when it comes to molestation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we go to is
Mm-hmm.
molestation. No, PTSD comes from a lot. There's also emotional, physical,
Emotional abandonment, physical abandonment.
and
Um,
all of that.
um,
It's a
it's
mental health is a multi-layer that we don't talk about. And like I
uh-huh.
said, trauma is just not getting beat up in domestic violence. Nobody has to touch you. Like I said, it's emotional. I know a lot for me, it was emotional. And I was like literally afraid to talk to anybody due to what has happened to me. And I just was like, I had to tell myself, because the counselor is only going to can only do so much. You have to do the work. And I've done the work. I can tell a difference.
Listen,
And
listen.
people like, Counselor don't work. Whatever stays in the house goes on in the house stays in the house. Because I mean, Rebecca, we talked about it last episode, and I was like, that makes sense. But at the same time, you got to counseling. You got to do the. I had my last counselor. He made me do the work, and on top of that, he got on to me if I did not do that work. People don't want to do the work because I'm telling you,
the work is ugly and nasty. And
tell me
listen,
about it.
Listen, let me tell you a secret. I'm still in counseling. I don't listen.
Mm-hmm.
The work is ugly. It's not pretty. It's
Mm-hmm.
accountability to the degree that you have to hold you have to hold yourself to the work. Accountability. People think accountability is like this big grand thing. No, you're holding yourself accountable to change. You have to
Yes.
hold your to progress. You can't progress without change. So again, I say that's why counseling is super, 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 super important to
Mm-hmm.
me. Um, there were some things in like even we can talk about the sad part of me losing my kid, but I had to hold myself to the portion where I was checking out on my other babies after losing my daughter. That's accountability. How I was hiding the fact that I was grieving for my other babies and they needed to see me to grieve so they can grieve and heal. Like how it was being unfair to them in my process and they was missing. So that was hindering their process. You see what I'm saying? So that my trauma, I was not only living in the trauma of losing my baby, I was creating a traumatic lifestyle for them, which they was going to have to
Mm-hmm.
heal from. So in the fact of us healing, I had to start doing the work. Like you said, I have to do the work so that they don't that so healing will look different for them even at this age. They didn't understand at first, but now my girls go to counseling. My girls are still in counseling because
Mm-hmm.
again, as they grow, they have to every stage of their life they have to wrap their head around. We lost a sister. We no longer have our sister. And they didn't just lose a sister, which again, they had many losses, but they had many losses as far as trauma. They lost my mom. So we've lost my mom in these past couple years. So in a year, 7 years, a lot has happened for my kids and me. But however, to kill trauma, we had to do the work. I had to sit down not only for myself, I had to sit down in group sessions with my kids and say, "Hey, they don't know why mom in the room crying today. Are you crying because granddaddy died? Are you crying because Jordan died? Are you crying because this? Like we don't know why mommy crying. We just know mommy haven't talked to us for 2 days." I had to start doing the work and then take accountability with that. My grief was impacting their lives. And me taking accountability, yeah, I'm sad. Yeah, I have bad days. Yeah, this grief don't have a end date. And yeah, it was to a degree I was saying without saying to my kids what happens in my house. You better not go no tell nobody I was crying tonight. You better not go no tell nobody I'm screaming to the top of my lungs tonight. You better not go tell nobody I was locking myself in my room. I had to become accountable to my own healing.
Yeah.
Healing, and I had to do the work. I had to do the work. I have to do the work. I had to come accountable to how mean I got after had such a great loss. I was mean. I was angry. I was mad at the world. I had to become accountable to those feelings. So when I don't say I don't preach counseling um because it's just something that sounds good. I preach it because I walk it. I preach it because I live it. I'm the most. I'll try to be as much transparent to my anybody I come because like I'm not sending you to no counselor just because it sounds good and that's what's the new fad is. I'm not about the fad. I'm giving this to you because this is what helped me. This is how I got through. I'm going to be a resource to you because I had connections and I had family who didn't mind pitching in $5, $10 to the for a meal. Like, hey, y'all going to the hospital today? Here go a box of chicken. I had church members who came and sat with me and my kids in the hospital. I had family members who came and sat with me and my kids in the hospital. Like, this is the type of things that I had. And I will be I will be so ungrateful to me. To me, it's ungrateful to have all of that and not when the Bible says, when you are strengthened, go back and strengthen thy brother. That's scripture. So why would I
Mm-hmm.
get all of that? And he blessed me with all that for me not to go back and strengthen the next person
Right.
behind me who don't have all of that.
Mm-hmm. I definitely I definitely agree, and that's just part of me. I've always been a giving person, but I've also learned give to those that give to you, because you cannot pour from an empty vessel. You
Right.
only give what you have to give. You only give from the overflow. I've learned that, you only give from, the overflow. And I am grateful. That's why I said it. I'm glad I did, because sometimes when you give to organizations, you don't see where your money goes. And I think
Oh,
like I said, it was in divine order,
I don't play with
because
money.
I can, even though we have not met in person, it's just your energy, and I can see how you move
Yeah,
and
I don't
how.
only
Go ahead.
I don't owe it to people. I owe it to God. This is bigger than me. This organization birthed from God, so I don't play with making sure people get these funds.
That's how I am. I'm like, if I gotta until these sales come in, baby, I was like, I'll give money out my own pocket.
So
That type. I'm like you. I'm like you. It's just the first day, and I'm like, if we don't make sales at this time, baby,
yeah,
I will send
he
money out my own pocket.
he will fill the gap. I know. I trust God to even just like I said for you to even want to be a blessing to me. I pray for Him to double bless you for what you're trying to do for Him.
Mhm.
For Joy and Toy. Not even for me, for Joy and Toy. Let's say that. Not for me, for Joy and Toy. But
Mhm.
yeah.
And like I always say, is when I always have to remind myself, when you walk in your purpose, you will forever be provided for.
Uh-huh.
And I'm a living testament to, I got out of my flesh, and I literally, I'm a church kid by heart.
Nah, you good. Listen.
I'm a,
Testify. Don't give
I'm
me on it.
no,
No, I'm just playing. Cause they'll tell you though. We
I
don't
would,
want to talk about the Lord because that's all night come. No, I'm just
I
playing.
grew, and like I said, I grew up in the church, so all day, every day, I think it was the episode with Kim, and I was like, we was at church Wednesday, Labor Day lectureship. I was Bible Bowl champion, so I know my word. I don't go to the church house, but I know my word. I know that word. My grandma is a devout. My granny is till this day. My granny is a devout Christian, and she has taught me how to believe in something and be that have faith through the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because people will praise all day long when it's good, but you need to pray during all seasons.
Thanks.
All seasons. And I've learned that from my granny. Had I not had I not, despite the relationship I have with my granny, I give her the utmost respect with her and my grandfather. Because had I not been with them, like them kind of early years of my life, I don't know where.
Foundation matters.
Tell me about it. I give credit to my mama. I give, like, you get old, as adults, to just go back to trauma, despite what I have been through as a child. I give them credit because it was not always bad. It wasn't always bad. But when you hear you when you do your own work and you get to the root of your issues and where your origins, where it came from, it started from somewhere. And like I was just like you. I was angry, I was hurt, but then at the same time, I was just like, okay, they were people too. They didn't have the resources too. That's why I said I'm cleaning a whole new slate for the next generation to come. Like I say, when it comes to generational wealth and clearing all that out, it ain't a, it's, I don't play about, like you said, I don't play about that. Like, I just don't say it. I'm actually living it.
Mhm.
I'm doing something. It's not even about me. It's about my whole bloodline and just clearing it out and just whatever stronghold was put on my family, I was willing to carry it on my back to clear it out so the next generation does not have to struggle for money, not have to want for money. This is just the half of what I'm showing everybody.
Mhm.
It is just the half of what I'm showing. I'm clearing it out. It's bigger than me. You know, I'm
Mhm.
up all night trying to figure out what can I do next. So my nieces and my cousins don't have to worry about money like we did. And it's not even really just about money. That's just the half. But making sure they mentally strong, making sure they emotionally strong, make sure they spiritually strong.
Mhm.
Because
It's
I tell my little cousin all the time, even though he's 4, I let him know that your mind is the most powerful thing. And if you not strong in your mind, that's the strongest thing you have. And if you don't
Mhm.
stand in that, somebody can easily manipulate you and you lose. You lose. It's done. It just take that one thought. Been there, done that. And that's why just this what I'm doing is important. And like you said, it's bigger than us. You
Right.
know, it's a way bigger than us. And like I said, I'm just clearing out stuff. I
Do
said
it.
I will be the black sheep. I will take
Is
that. I will carry it on my back.
I ain't gonna even call it the black sheep no more. I hate that term.
I
You
yeah,
just you just a blueprint kid. You just a blueprint. Like I hate the black sheep. Like I'm not the black sheep. I'm just a blueprint for better.
okay. Yeah. I now
Because
that
that
you
that
get
that
that
puts a
perspective.
that puts a stigma. Like I'm just a blueprint for better. I'm not a black sheep. I'm a blueprint for better. I'm not. Yeah, and again, we can talk generational trauma. We can talk trauma, generational trauma on top of trauma. Just period from lifestyle. But what I've also learned in doing the work is that I take the wisdom and I throw out the bed. I throw out the bed.
Mhm.
That's what makes my mind mentally stable. You know the word was the worst thing you can do is double minded man is unstable in all his ways. I can't keep thinking about the bad stuff that happened when I can just take the wisdom of what happened.
Mhm. You
That
have to take
thinking about the bad and the
the
good
wisdom.
makes me unstable in my
Mhm.
mental. So I have to throw out something, and I would rather throw out the bad stuff that happened. And I'm not saying we gonna excuse that. I'm saying we're gonna take the wisdom from whatever we learn and we gonna and if it was something that's bad, like I know what not to do. I'm gonna learn from what not to do with that, and that's something that my counselor talked to me about. Like you learn what not to do. I learned in that situation. Now I'm relearning how to do it right. So I'm taking the
Yeah.
wisdom from that, whether it was a good situation, whether it's bad situation. I'm gonna take the wisdom from it and throw out the rest because I don't have to let trauma lead my life.
Mhm.
Period. And that's just across the board. I refuse to let trauma lead my life. I've lost enough through trauma to still live in trauma.
Mhm. I definitely agree because I was thinking about that last night, and I was just like, and through this morning, I literally was boo-hooing. Even before the happy birthday, I reflected this morning. I was like, everything that I've been through, it was like I was letting it defeat me, and I was just like, like I just was letting it defeat me, and I was like, thank goodness I made it through. And even before I moved here to South Carolina, I was at a place of where I was literally about to check out. I was at a job where I thought they cared, and it just came over some just
But all of that attributes to trauma. Like day-to-day trauma. We as a generation, we've experienced so much trauma, which like I said again, is why I push like let's get the healing that we need. Just
Mhm.
let's get the healing part. We can talk about trauma all day long. I can roll a scroll on trauma. I can really roll the scroll on trauma. However, I want to live on the like God has the God. I'm more than my trauma. Like I'm not just what I've been through. I'm the heal part of me. Like so that's why, like I
Yes.
said, that's why I like to be the resource so some people body can come back and say, hey, I'm dealing with this, but I want to live in this. Oh, you don't have to. You can come out of this. Come up out of there.
Yeah, you can
Come
it's
run.
another side. It's
It's another
like
side. That's another side to life than your trauma. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it happened to you. Yeah, but Jordan, I tell you, Jordan's heart is there so you don't have to live in your trauma. I promise you. I push it so hard. I cry. I believe, fast, sweat, and cry over Jordan's heart because I don't want nobody to live in their trauma. I want them to
mhm,
live in their healing.
mhm. Yeah,
I
and
don't
I
know if that's to be the end. I don't want nobody's trauma to be the end of their life.
mhm. It's like you have solutions and it may not be the solution that you want, but you just don't know. It may be the solution that could help.
It's no the thing about it is it's the solution that will it's not that can help. Healing don't can help. Healing helps. It's the solution that's necessary for whatever you need
Mhm.
to do to be successful in life. Because again, trauma will hold you hostage
Tell me about
to
it. Say it again.
life. Trauma will hold you hostage, which is why I push Jordan toward like I do, because we have to help like these everybody have some great dealing of trauma. Some people get help and some people don't. I seen this post going around a long time ago. It's like I don't go to counseling for myself. I go to counseling to deal with everybody else. No, no, no. I go to counseling for myself because I need to know how. Because what's inside of me, the trauma inside of me, needs to know how to die. It got to die.
It's gonna have
That
to go
it,
somewhere.
it's got to go somewhere,
It's got to
and it
go
can't stay
somewhere.
here.
No,
It can't stay
it
here,
can't.
which is why, like I said, which is why I push Jordan Talk like I do because it's important to deal with trauma. Like you don't, and then you don't have to stand trauma because you don't have to create trauma because you experience trauma. Like you don't have money to get a lawyer. Let's go. Let us help you pay for a lawyer this time. And let me be the resource so you don't have to even go through experience the trauma of not having a lawyer, which means having a justice system fight against you by yourself. Like these the type of things that I'm pushing with Jordan Tory. Like
Mhm.
it don't stop with that. Okay, the system said they gonna take your kids, but you gotta take a parenting class. Cool. By all means, let's do the work so we don't have to create trauma continuously. So yeah,
Um, mhm.
yeah, birthday girl. We better. We gonna be
Yeah, it's
here. We
not
could be here
to
all night talking about the trauma,
you
but
know,
we also
it's
need,
hello, when we gonna get some healing in? Cause we can talk about what we've been through the whole
what
time.
happened. But we gotta get to the other side of healing. We gotta get to this side. This the purpose of Joy Toy is to get to see healing and to see it and to be able to say, hey, yeah, I went through that, but I can still smile because God presented healing to me.
I
Yeah,
definitely
I got this situation going on. Yeah, I got to go to court tomorrow. Yeah, I got to stand up in front of the courthouse and stand in front of the judge and listen to this defense team say who I'm not. That like I said, that's why I'm pushing like I'm pushing. That's why I'm praying like I'm praying. That's why I'm asking for $5, $10, $15 donation because I want to make sure that we can provide these things for people. So when they do, if they do know, I don't know. They have one person, but they have Jordan Toy. They had Jordan Toy family pushing them like for the best. They had their best interest in hand.
mhm. Thank you. I got to shout out the besties. Hold on. I'm trying to still learn how this go. I know I saw Kim. I saw
Hey, Marcia.
Jess. Hold on,
Hey,
cause I
Jess.
hold on, let me
Hey,
get to these
Quiet Storm.
comments. These comments is tripping. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Shout out to Mika. Shout out to Miss Marva. Shout out to
Hi, Miss
please don't
Marva.
get
How
mad
are
at me.
you?
Let me not butcher. Shout out to Kivia.
Hey, Key.
Yeah, I make sure because I'm so bad with names. I am horrible
I,
with
I
names. I be like,
I
ooh,
can't see on
like
my
this.
side, y'all. So I can't see.
Yeah, I am working on. I'm I'm trying. Like I said, I'm learning this as I go because
Let's
I
do
be
a grand shout out. Just shout out to the whole business, the business collective, Bestie Collective.
yes, we got to.
Listen, shout out to my people. Shout out to y'all. What's up? All the collectives in the house say yeah, yeah. What's up, y'all? But y'all, don't forget to celebrate. Don't forget to celebrate Hair Pint tonight, y'all. Make sure y'all send the birthday cakes in there for her. We celebrate her 1 year anniversary and we celebrate her birthday. Woo, woo, woo.
I appreciate it, especially while we on here. I appreciate all the love that I have been getting today. All the shouts out to birthday because I know I'm finna go give me. They don't know I saw the cake in the refrigerator, but I was snooping and I found the cake in the refrigerator. But as we conclude this episode, I want to say thank you, Jay, for
Thank you, thank you,
allowing to
thank you.
this. Like this is the only you. This is not, and like I said, this is not finna be no one hitter quitter. Like I said, whatever products I have, whatever merchandise, most likely will be clothing and cups, drinkware, because I'm trying to rid of the winter, the hoodie. So, and another thing, things are limited supplies for right now. So get in where you fit in. Once I sell out, I'll restock. Also, I will be dropping within probably March. I will be dropping tumblers. So I have cups. So it'll be something for everybody. But like I said, this is not a one hit quitter. Whatever y'all
And we're gonna try to get
purchase,
something down here. We're gonna try to get something down here
yes,
to have at the festival too. So y'all be on the lookout for that. To
I
have it
will.
on
If
hand
I
at the
if
festival
I
too.
don't make it at the end of the month,
We're gonna
I
figure it
will.
out. Don't worry about it. We're gonna figure it out.
If I gotta ship stuff to you, I definitely will. But like I said, this is not a one hit or quitter thing. Whatever I put on the website, y'all purchase, a portion will be going to Jordan's Hearts. It's a good resources. She has some good resources. It's what the Black and Brown community needs. And like I always say at the end of every episode, send love, peace, and joy because there is enough negativity in the world. I am about to continue celebrating my birthday. And tomorrow, tune in because I have an interview with Sean Fulton, author and entrepreneur. So catch that same time, 7, 7, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I will catch y'all tomorrow. And we
Bye.
gone.